Well, hello, my friend. I know you don't like when the spotlight is on you. But please, if you would, sit back, relax, and close your eyes if you need to.
I'm gonna have to get the sun hat. I think the place I'm stopping today is very quiet. It's near a place called Dunham Massey. The total trip today, just again for the sort of distance time canal nerds, the total trip today I estimated to be somewhere between 10 and 12 miles. So there's a 5.5 hour cruise today. I say I'm stopping at Lympne. I've got a bit of a sneaking suspicion it's going to be full. The available moorings on this canal being so few and far between, I feel like there's a 90% chance that they'll be taken. Some women, right, when you say hello, but like with a smile, not just a sort of the normal blokish hello, you know. When you say hello with a smile and you actually seem pleased to sort of see them and to greet them, and for no reason, I don't know them from Adam, they might be horrible people, you know, it's just it's a habit with me, just a smile and a hello. But there are some women who really react positively to that, you know what I mean? They smile back, they'll smile broadly, and you know, and it's not because I'm gorgeous, obviously I am, but I don't think that's the reason. I wasn't seeing many moored boats down at the far end of the Bridgewater, where it joins onto the Trent and Mersey. There were not many boats at all, and I started to get the impression that was the way it was going to be, and I really should have known better. A lot of underbridges on this, look. Fellwall underbridge. The bridges have names, but even the ones that go under the canal, and there's a few of those as well. There's a few where we're going to Moor today that have names, and even the underbridges have names. Fellwall means, now familiar with the dreaded Fellwall viaduct that takes the M6 over that valley, is it over the Mersey? The ship canal? I don't know. It takes it over waterways. It's a viaduct, that's what they do. So we can't be too far away from the M6, where we cross the M6 in some form. I'm sure we'll go underneath it, we'll have to. Otherwise it will be an aqueduct. Sorry. But sun's gone behind a cloud again, so again it's suddenly gone chilly. Great. Actually, I'm saying great ironically. It's okay. I'm okay with it, because cruising along with the sun in your face, it's a summer thing, you know. Let's save it till the summer. Are other countries like this? Is it like it can change by like 8 degrees in 30 seconds? What? Right, what is this? What is that? It looks like a valley of like flowers or bushes or something, but it's stones. Is it a place where they would come and sit surrounded by flowers in the summer? What is that? I must know. It's a major health issue. And I think could have pulled over. Comfort brake, you bastard. Right, I'm going to do it. Can I hook on that? I don't care, I'm going to. So a bit of a nudge against the bank there. That's a great opportunity, and you can't miss them on this canal. Okay, so just stopped for a comfort break. What else? Obviously, I said when I saw that name Fellwall a little while ago that I felt we were approaching the Fellwall viaduct, or maybe there's a Fellwall river, I don't know, Fellwall town. But yeah, the M6, honestly, the hours I spent on that motorway, oh my God, the endless hours. But it's been a year and a half since I've driven a car on a motorway, which is just insane to think about. It's been a year and a half since I've driven a car. And I've managed the last couple of years with e-bikes. To go shopping for a week, you need a capacity of something like, I would say 40 to 60 litres. And the Brompton copy, I'd have to call it that, almost a copy, looked like it could be the answer, the one bike to rule them all. And in the darkness bind them. No, not that. I was a total Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings nerd as a child. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. Back in the 70s, my primary school teacher, we read The Hobbit in class, and I was just absolutely smitten with the whole thing. I couldn't get enough of it. I was asking her about it, and she said, yeah, there's a follow-up book, you know, because I was saying, oh, what a great book, you know. I was all enthused about it, and she was a lovely teacher anyway. And anyway, so she introduced me to Lord of the Rings, and I was really struggling. I remember she lent me a copy, and she was saying, how are you getting on? And I was reading like 2 pages a night. I was, because you know, I was 9 or 10. I was really struggling with it, and it was that first bit, the fellowship, you know, where there's the big party, and there's like 100 pages squandered on this party. Nothing seemed to be happening. You know, left to my own devices, I might not have made it through. But I got through it, partly because she was asking me, you know, how's it going? Are you enjoying the book? Blah, blah, blah. Got through it, and all of a sudden, you find yourself getting really interested because things start picking up, like black riders appear, and they're chasing them through the Shire. And it's like suddenly, oh, spooky, oh, danger. You know, it's not birthday parties anymore. And it just seemed to pick up and accelerate. And it just got brilliant. Morning, folks. It's big enough, I'll tell you. Anyway, listen, how about this? Sorry to spring this on you sort of unawares, but check this out. What do we think? There was a series, I'm thinking now, there was a series called The Flower Pot Men on TV in the 70s in England, and I've got a feeling this is the effect. But it does make things a little bit more comfortable in terms of the sun, I've got to say. So I think I'll stick with it. Morning. You know, I feel like people are admiring my hat. I didn't intend to make a statement with it, you know, that wasn't the plan, but I feel as if I am. Unintentional. Oh look, there's a little swan's nest there, look. In the reeds, there's the female. The male won't be far, of course. It's really nice to see at the bottom of a garden in a safe place, because obviously there's no public access, so if there were any scallywags ever went past, they couldn't get to it. I've noticed like there's not many people wearing hats, and I feel like maybe I've gone too early with the hat. So now I've got hat hair. But do you know, I think they're a great idea, I've got to say. I'm impressed with the hats. Morning. That is very nice. So we're at Lymm, right? We're at Lymm. And I've got to say, it's lovely as well, by the way. It's really nice. I mean, I thought Stockton Heath was nice. I think this is even nicer. So, yeah, big up yourself, Lymsters. And obviously, I am quite aware that as a 60-year-old gentleman, I am saying that sort of with a sense of irony. What have we got? Final brew of the day. Oh, it's got a sting in its tail as this. Is there someone behind me? It's all very leafy. I think it's the time of year and the weather as well. The sun. The way the sun's dappling through the trees and the leaves is giving it real, almost autumnal. But obviously it's springle. So these are the moorings in Lymm. And they're advertised as 48-hour moorings, clearly marked. See, this is part of the town. There's a dog on the roof here, look. This all looks very nice, I must say. I didn't consider it as a place to make a stop. But I've got to say, look, maximum stay 48 hours, so you can stay here as well, and you can stay on both sides. I'm not seeing rings. That's the only downside. But look at. It looks like there's a shopping street down there somewhere. There's a pub here. I think this will be really quite posh. Laurel House, look. Laurel House interiors. These are the kind of shops that you find, like Cheshire style shops. Where there's a sort of an assumption that your clientele have got plenty of dosh. So what that also means is that I'm now committed to at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours with no comfort breaks. And I have rather battered the coffee, as you can see. I'm on my third one, oversized, and I've got water. So I could have issues. This is what we've got. Lymm Cruising Club, I think it would be. Morning. So this is Lymm Cruising Club. No turning wind below 200 yards. Dock in there. The problem I've got is I don't want a comfort break now. But sod's law being what it is, as soon as I leave Lymm and these mooring spots, I'll suddenly be dying for one. So these are all moorings. Big long line here must be associated with the Lymm Cruising Club. Nobody would shout at me, I bet, if I just stopped for 3 minutes and, stop there. This is a lovely place, this, honestly. I'm impressed with Lymm, I tell you. Look, there's some now side-by-side moorings here. And then I see like a housing estate at the back there. But it'll be nice, like it won't be scallywags or it won't be stuff to worry about. Surprising the number of frayed knots that you do see. I think we're going to become a bit more rural now, and I think it'll stay that way mostly until Altrincham, which is when it gets really built up again. This is a weird little sign. Look at this. A boat, right, that's been graffitied on in the corner of a field. It's a small GRP boat stuck in a corner of the field, and obviously for long enough that the local scallies, such as they are, have put graffiti on it. I'm going to swig this coffee down and water, so I'm going to need a comfort break. Yeah, I know this is mental, right, for people who are not from the UK, but 5 minutes ago I had the sun blazing down, my shirt was getting too hot, it's a dark colour. Now we've come out of the trees and the sun's disappearance together with the breeze suddenly make it feel 10 degrees cooler, and if it stays this way I'm going to have to get the anorak on. I've got to up my game here because I'm realising I've talked about nothing but comfort breaks, you know, going to the toilet basically, and whether to put the anorak on or off because of the weather, like just solidly for an hour and a half. That's just, nobody wants that. Nobody. You know, I'm killing the channel. I'm sorry, viewers. You know, I don't know. I thought I was having an okay day, but clearly I'm not. I'm not in terms of, you know, my rant. I haven't even. I don't feel like I've got a half decent rant in me today. I haven't even got a rant in me, and I'm always good for a rant. You know, you press those triggers, and there's a moored boat. Sorry. Not a bad brew. Not a bad brew. You know, I missed that stuff from B&M. That's what I've got to find my next mission. This is how dull my life is. My next mission is to try and locate a B&M store and get some more supplies at that cheap. It was like £1 or something for a, you know. And another thing of minor interest. Well, they're all minor, aren't they? Let's be honest. But another thing is I've broken the chair. I have like an office chair, and it's really comfortable. It's not even got a padded back, right? Just things that look, anorak's got to come on. That's, how nuts is that, right? Sun goes behind a cloud. Got to put the anorak on. That's the church I mentioned earlier on. What we're seeing here is moored boats basically all the way. I thought it would thin out, but there's moored boats all the way, all on the offside. So I can't do 1.5 miles an hour all the way to. So I'm not going to go mental, but a little bit more speed, just a tad. I emailed a couple of e-bike retailers. I'm closing in on a potential e-bike purchase to replace that bicycle. Very regrettable. Sorry, why am I doing this? There was a reason. Oh, right. So as the crow flies, it's 2 miles. But there's a big loop. So I think it's 3. So it's possibly an hour and a half now. Hour and a half we're there, so no need to worry about comfort breaks or any other shenanigans. Only something like less than 10% of the audience of Canal videos is women, which I find rather sad, really. You know, no one likes a sausage fest, do they? There's not many single ladies. All the single ladies, they're not on canal boats. Oh, there's a Tolkien reference. You've got to see it. Morning.
Oh, right, all right.
It's a lovely location, this, isn't it? Yeah. I've never been on this Bridgewater before. Yeah. Really nice. Is this Lynn Cruising Club, all this? Yeah. Phone box. got a phone box in their garden. That is mental. Oh, and a post box as well. Well, the hat is obviously redundant today. That's it now for the sun. But I'm quite pleased. I think it did a pretty good job. It was a decent performance, and just shut up. There's a young couple just there. It looks ridiculous, right? Sort of slightly ridiculous, but it looks less ridiculous than the Amazonian hat, the Amazonian cowboy hat thing looks, which is a tad cosy. So on my large head it sort of looks like a trilby.